Why are they invisible? What? So I can't see my opponent. Alright guys, so Multiversus came out, right? And I'm content creator, dude, for platform fighters. I have to talk about Multiversus. Like, I basically, like, am physically forced to, otherwise people are going to ask me non-stop. Dabuz, what do you think about Multiversus? Oh! So let me talk about the game. You ever want a chance to fight against one of the best Smash players in the world, just to see what it's like while chilling with them, having a great time? Well, guess what? If you check out the Metafy link in the description below, you can get exactly that with people like me, Leo, Late Tweak. You can literally fight against any of the best people in the world, just a click away. I have like a sheet of like my pros and cons for the game. I'll start with the pros. The pro section is pretty short for the game, so let's get into it. I think most characters have really cool versatility and creativity with moves. I use the example of Spike and his it's like his metal blade, where when you throw it, it's a hitbox. It's a projectile, of course, and when it hits a platform, it spins around the platform as a hitbox. And there's so many things you could do with that, right? Like so many ways you could take position. You could fight your opponent around it. Do you want to use the move for the projectile aspect or the platform control aspect of it? And I just think the fact that a lot of characters have a lot of moves like that gives a lot of agency to the player's decisions. That's awesome. So I like that. I like the increase of character sizes. I think that helps a lot. There are some issues with that I'll talk about later. But overall, a big issue in the previous game was the stages are so big relative to the players. They just kind of run away and not be hit. And singles in particular is really lame, where it was just like run away and whoever commits first loses. So I think the bigger characters works. I love how high kill power is. I love it. You can just take stocks easily, and I'd rather moves kill early, because that's more satisfying than a move not killing early enough and people just living forever. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of like how crazy combos can get. And basically just the fact that this game could low-key become a 4-star game in the future is cool. Roster variety. Like I look at a character and I can tell almost immediately, you know, how they're going to play. I love all the references characters have. I love how like the characters each are very unique. Like you have, what's his name, Rick or Morty with like the teleporter, and he can like throw like his summon through it or like projectiles through it. You have Marvin with the projectiles where he's holding the projectiles to a flag or turning them around mid-air. You have Shaggy, of course, just like being Falcon with an install. Like the characters are really cool designs. That's like one of the most important things. Like I think if you put the character designs in like a game with an amazing engine like Rivals, oh my god, it'd be awesome. I also like the stages. I think the stages are just cool looking, right? Like Townsville in particular is a big like yes for me. We have Mojo Jojo taunting the players as he's throwing bombs and blowing the stage up, and it's so cool. And you can tell they put a lot of love into like the characters and the stages and the references and all that stuff. Also, I kind of like a lot of the hazards on the stages. Granted, I'm playing more casually, but they were fun. I'm gonna skip the music thing. That was kind of just a filler, honestly. The parry feels good, and yeah, it's kind of a filler. I kind of ran out pros to put on the pros list, but I do love that freeze when someone gets parried, and like that time to recognize, oh, it's time to just charge up and beat your ass. So that's fun. With that said, the cons list. There's a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So let's go through them. First of all, this is, I know, something built into the core of the game. Like it's never gonna change. I don't like cooldowns as a mechanic. It reminds me of playing Banjo and Ultimate, where when I run out of my side B, the character doesn't feel like a fully functional character. Except this happens every time I have a key move on a cooldown. Oh, I used Marvin's like rocket side B. Well, I can't use it for like 10 seconds. And it just feels bad not having access to moves regularly. And I think for people trying to play a platform fighter, they want like fast-paced, like constantly pressing buttons. And you get punished for pressing your button in this game. I know it's a balancing thing, but I wish there was a better way to design the game than, hey, move is strong, put it on like 15-second cooldown. Camera needs a fix, but it was confirmed to be addressed in like a hot fix by the devs, so move on with that. Not confirmed yet is the UI needs to be fixed. Oh my god. You turn the game on, right? And you play like a match, and there's like dailies and weeklies and all these other things like login bonuses. You called your mom and said she looks nice today. Here's an extra 27 Gleamium. No, you don't Gleamium. That's like the premium currency. Here's another 27 emeralds or whatever. Now you got 53 diamonds and 24 onyxes. Like, There's just so many like different currencies. There's so many different like reward things to tick off, and there's just so many different like menus, riffs, shop, like the different game modes. Oh my god, it's so annoying to navigate. I remember trying to unlock characters, it was a pain in the ass because I couldn't figure out how to do it at first. Perks are probably gonna be bad as awful, and it's just like really cluttered and non-streamlined. And when you get to things like the shop, especially, you really see like this is the worst part of free-to-play games, with all these things to check off, with absurd shop prices. There's $20 Velma skins where she's just in a witch outfit. Cool, witch Velma's sick. If it was like $5, maybe I'd get it. But I'm not paying $20, so I'm not spending $10 for a recolor of random ass like Warner Brothers character with like a slightly lighter green tint. I don't know. The shop prices are insane, and it makes me not want to buy anything ever if I play the game. Next thing, I'm gonna get rid of the damage is low part. But I wish numbers were higher for damage, because it feels good to do like 20 damage on a hit. But that's like very, very minuscule complaint. What isn't minuscule is hitting people is not satisfying for the most part. Like, there are exceptions, like bug up air. You hit him with the up air, it's like psh, you have like that baseball sound effect. It's awesome. But most moves, you hit someone, and it's like, oh, I hit them. It feels like nothing. And a lot of times also, it's hard to tell when hit stun is over for a move, right? It's like hit someone, I'm like, can I combo? Did this move even connect properly? Because maybe there's like a sour spot or like some multi-hit that didn't fully connect. And like, oh, this move has a lot of hit lag, but this move has no hit lag, and there's like no way to tell a difference really. And like, there's just so many issues with the clarity of the game and signaling, like where the move connects, what the hit stun on it is, and just like how much power it has really. Also, hitboxes just don't match the visuals well at all. It's all over the place. Buffer time is all. This game with a 30 frame buffer. To put this in perspective, Ultimate has a 9 frame buffer with 6 frames input delay. So this game is effectively twice the buffer of Ultimate, and Ultimate already has a buffer that's way too long and feels really bad. No satisfying endgame is something my chat mentioned, which I agree with. Like, when you kill someone and the match is over, it's just like, it just ends, you know? It's not satisfying, it's not cool. It's no like kill screen, slowdown, all that stuff. When it comes to the floatiness of the game, I find the reason it feels so floaty is when you hit the ground with an aerial, it doesn't stop the aerial. You continue with the move and you can slide. So you can do like short hop, fast fall, massive button, and then you slide forward with a massive button or backwards with a massive button. And it feels so weird to just be floating with this like aerial big windup that isn't effective at hitting the ground. And it feels so weird the game is built around like do aerial, fast fall, slide in the ground. Or do like aerial dodge, cancel, slide with aerial. I don't know, it just feels awkward. Because the characters actually have decent fall speed overall. What isn't decent though is characters don't have good enough speed in general. Like run speed, air speed is just too slow across the board. Could definitely be a little bit faster. Training mode sucks. There's nothing in training mode. And when you like change settings, even like your controls, it resets training mode, which looks very janky. It's not a big deal, but you can just tell training mode was like not cooked yet. I hate the inconsistency in move. This is another one. Oh my god, there's so many things I don't like about the game. Like, I hate when my side B in the air is different than my side B in the ground. Marvin's ground side B is like a rocket, and his aerial one is like this kind of like body slam, which feels like it should be a special move. But also when I use my rocket, it gets replaced by another move while it's like cooldown. I forget what the move even looks like, but it's like my side B, my side special, is 3 different moves. Hell, if there was an aerial version that had a cooldown, it could be 4 different moves, right? And it's kind of just annoying. I like when they do things in Smash where it's like PK fire, you know, for Ness. On the ground, it goes straight. In the air, it's diagonal. Cool, it's the same basic move. It just changes a little bit for positioning. And I don't like how some moves are chargeable and some aren't. And like, it's very inconsistent. Like some characters, you know, they're up strong, up A, whatever it's called in this game, is chargeable. For other ones, it's not. I think, for example, Arya, her like up tilt is not chargeable. It's just a hitbox. But then Velma's light bulb up tilt is basically smash attack. You can charge it. But then in the air, Velma's the same move. It's like the light bulb, except you can't charge it. And it's really inconsistent. And that's really annoying when just messing around with characters. On a core gameplay level, like design-wise, I think one of the biggest issues is characters can kind of mash buttons and there's not enough lag to punish buttons. Characters aren't fast enough to punish. Attacks are really big with little recovery. So positioning for it's like hard. And I think a big reason for this is there's no reliable like defensive option to get in your opponent's face with. Like Smash games have run up shield. Someone's gonna do an obvious poke, run up shield. Someone's gonna do an obvious aerial. I'm gonna overextend with run up shield and make them be in an awkward spot. But I guess you can do like run up parry, but that feels like a high commitment option. Like imagine having parry and ultimate, except you only have parry, you don't have shield otherwise. And imagine dealing with aerials and tilts in that game. It'd be a nightmare. And that's a huge issue. Granted, maybe as people get better, that's not as much of an issue. But right now, that felt really annoying and made the game feel kind of scrubby. And like, oh, it feels like the core of like why the game feels so bad, honestly, is that people are just pressing buttons. And like, even if you dodge the button with like the dodge moves, one, people can like turn around jabs, like jab one, oh, react to like you dodging through, jab two the other way. But also, the move at such low lag means like, oh, you dodged the jab. There's not enough time to actually punish the move anyway. I can't test unpurchased characters in training mode. I have to buy them, which really sucks. Because like, oh, character's $10, or you know, be really annoying to get freemium currency or like those golden tickets. You know, either you buy it and hope you like it, or you just, you know, you never know. Like, let me test the character in training mode, please, to see if I want to buy them first. No offline mode. Like, bro, I want to go and like do training mode and the servers are down, you know? Imagine I want to like lab like on like my laptop on the go. Nope, have to be online always. Gotta get those login bonuses. I don't like stale moves as a mechanic in general. I think it's a bad way to balance moves being spammable. Like R using up tilt. I don't care if my up tilt's stale. This move hits everywhere with no lag and leads to combos, whether it's stale or not. Like it just doesn't do anything. Every move pretty much has so much startup. Like go press any character. Like go to any character and just press their buttons. You'll notice attacks have ridiculously high startups. It's really easy to react to attacks your opponent's doing as a result. And everything feels unresponsive for that reason. Because the game actually doesn't have that much input lag, I've noticed. Like if you like just dash around, it's pretty responsive. Like it feels like every character has like the startup of like Sephiroth on all their attacks. I hope they just make everything have less startup in general. That'd make the game feel so much more responsive. And yeah, and then overall, just kind of this game feels like shit when playing it. Like singles feels really bad. Doubles feels bad too. Doubles felt so much better in the original beta. Right now, it just feels mashy. I didn't play much to be fair, because I was just hitting it. But man, it just felt bad. I love the amount of air resources in this game, like multiple jumps, being able to act out of like up Bs, having the multiple air dodges, wall jumps. I think all the air resources creates a lot of offstage play, which is cool. However, my chat disliked that as a result. You can hit someone off stage and like they're recovering. You have to hit them like a billion times to actually kill them, or like go really deep to kill them. Which I can totally see that too if you come from Smash, where you can hit someone off stage a couple times and they're dead. And it's a very different type of game, and that's kind of why it's like a pro and a con, because I think it depends on you as a person whether it's good or not. Overall, that's just my thoughts on the game, the pros and cons, you know, the big brain breaking it down. I know the devs said they're gonna work on the game speed. They're aware of a lot of the issues of the game, and I hope they fix a lot of them, because I know some of the people on the team and like they're really passionate about the game. And man, it's just unfortunate that its current state is rough. I'm gonna wait for a patch, and hopefully the patch fixes the game. Otherwise, I probably won't play it though. So, yeah, guys, that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace.